All right, Katie, thank you for this. And we're end at the thing. Yeah, I can tell I'm not. The end of the first year here, and I really want to just to review how e-learning has kind of impacted upon you, your classroom management, and the student learning outcomes, most importantly. So if you just go through these questions, how has e-learning impacted upon your teaching this year?
It's been enlightening. The kids have got into so many more things than what I ever thought was out there. It's just been amazing to get the children working online, doing their own sort of work. They're more into it themselves, and it's just great.
Cool, cool. So what have been some notable successes for you then in terms of e-learning?
The wiki space was great. The kids really jumped into that and wanted to always put work up onto it. They'd go home and show mums and dads, that sort of thing. I started to use it as a notice board for the parents too, so parents were then regularly kept updated.
And you know the parents were involved? Were they good? Yeah, they were.
Yeah, they were. I sent a notice home first to say this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
And regularly they check up on there.
And were they contributing?
No, not contributing. Just
Okay.
checking for
All right.
notices.
Okay.
But then we started using Movie Maker and Audacity to create movies, and it's just changed the kids, especially in term 4 with year 6s. It's just been amazing to get them working, and they've just been on it. It's just been great.
Brilliant, brilliant. Okay, so what challenges have you had, and perhaps you want to think of in terms of I don't know, organisation or access to resources or whatever, you know?
The first challenge was just managing the fact that this group of children were always not going to be doing what the other children were doing because they're on the computers. So just being able to let go and know that yes, they're not doing what the other children are doing, but they are getting their overall project completed. And just for me, that was a big sense of let go. But then now that I've been through just this term even, there's been a huge change in that manner after you learn. But the big thing for me was just, you know, don't worry if those children are doing something else. You know, they will catch up, or you're not missing out on anything.
So if you could, we'll talk about that later. So how have you had to adapt or change your classroom management to sort of include this or integrate e-learning into what you've done?
Just making sure that, you know, the overall project that we're working on in the term is being accessed all the time.
Right.
There's always an e-learning thing in most of the lessons that we do that the children can contribute to. So it's not just one e-learning project, there are a couple that are going on that the children can be working on. Okay, so
you've mentioned that motivation is very high and the kids are really into this current project. But what has been the impact upon student learning? Is that being measurable? I mean, can you see the difference? Is it just sort of overall teacher judgment?
It's just overall teacher judgment, OTJ.
Yeah, great.
But,
that's fine.
Yeah, so the children who are low ability learners in literacy, for example, when we came to write our storyboards for Movie Maker, they went to town because they could sketch it out rather than just having to write it down the whole time. And then when they put it into practice, their movies were great, you know.
So you feel as though they had the opportunity to express themselves and express their learning in a way that was non-threatening.
And achieve success as well.
Yeah. And would you say that as a result that their learning was better because of that? Yeah, cool. Because you mentioned that dyslexic student.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, she's received high accolades for what she's done now.
Yeah, that's brilliant. That's really cool. So has there been any other positive impact upon students because of e-learning in other areas in the classroom that you hadn't anticipated?
It's just the motivation factor that comes along with it. So the children who are working on the computers are motivated to be on task. The children who are at the desks doing another activity are motivated to be on tasks because they know they're going onto the computers next. There's just the classrooms change in terms of motivation. There's not so much of me telling kids off, it's me encouraging the kids to keep the motivation up.
Cool. So what the positive spin-off then you would say is that the children are actually working harder.
They are, yeah.
And positively harder.
And especially in term 4.
Yeah.
With year 6.
Yeah. The back end of term 4.
Exactly.
Cool. Brilliant. Thank you very much.